Christmas with BBC One. And sometimes even big-time gangsters celebrate the festive season.
It may have crossed your minds to wonder what we are doing at this house.
It never crossed my boss.
Understandably.
Ours not to reason why, ours but to duff up anyone you're jealous to.
The ladies also join the party.
I must say I love your frock. I've always said black suits the older woman.
And there are unexpected gate crashes.
What do you want?
We was wondering if you could help us. Our motorbike has run out of petrol a couple of miles down the road.
Shove off. Sling your up.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? It's supposed to be Christmas. Season of goodwill.
A host of stars.
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Join Dick Emery in For Whom the Jingle Bells Toll. The Dick Emery Christmas Show, tomorrow at 8:30 on BBC One.
Now we continue our Boxing Day on BBC One with the first showing on British television of the film which was a multi-million-dollar box office success. Steve McQueen and Paul Newman head an all-star cast in the spectacular epic The Towering Inferno.
Good evening and welcome to this especially festive edition of So You Think. So You Think You Know About Christmas. During the next 50 minutes, Magnus Magnusson and I will be giving the answers to some of the questions you've wanted to ask about Christmas, and a few I bet you've never even thought of asking.
We hope that you'll join our studio guests in playing this game, and you'll find a score sheet like this in the Radio Times, or of course you can just keep your score on any piece of paper.
A film for young and old this Christmas with BBC One. Pollyanna, starring Hayley Mills as an orphan adopted by a rich but unfriendly aunt.
Where in the world did you get that dress?
Came in the missionary barrels.
Missionary barrels?
Yes, her father was a minister.
It must make you awfully glad.
Glad?
But you're so very rich. I'm something you can't be. I'm an orphan. Go away from me, please, little boy. Go away from me, please, little boy. What is it you want? I want to go fishing. You want to come along?
You're a Miss Impertinence, aren't you? Come here. Come right over here. You have a stubby little nose. What do you think about that? I think it's time for you to get ready for bed, young lady.
Jane Wyman and Hayley Mills star in Pollyanna on Christmas Eve at 6:05 on BBC One.
May I kiss you goodnight, please? I love you, Aunt Polly.
Well, the next Christmas comedy classic stars John Cleese, Prunella Scales, Andrew Sachs and Connie Booth in Fawlty Towers. And that's at 11:40 on Christmas Day.
Entertainment for Christmas Eve with BBC One. Val Doonican takes a look at the traditions of Christmas with the help of his guests Roy Hudd, the boys of St. Paul's Cathedral Choir, Gemma Craven,
Gay, gay, the children's voices, filled with laughter, filled with glee. Gay, gay, the tinsel rings upon the dark and spicy tree.
and Val is also joined by singing star Gilbert O'Sullivan.
I'm not dreaming of a white Christmas. I'm not dreaming of a white Christmas. All I'm dreaming of the whole day long is a peaceful one.
Val Doonican on Christmas Eve at 8:15 on BBC One.
Holiday for me.
entertainment for Christmas Day with BBC One.
We're all getting ready for Christmas Day with BBC One, aren't we, Isla?
You bet we are.
And we've got some smashing programmes.
At 3:10, a Walt Disney classic, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. At 5:15, the Paul Daniels Magic Christmas Show.
Father Christmas sent me. He sent me 3 flippers, 1 for each foot.
And at 6:10.
And that's us. A great show with some special Christmas games, some very special surprise guests, and lots of lovely people.
At 7:15, Dallas, where the Ewing family tensions and dramas continue even through Christmas. At 8:05, Mike Yarwood.
You know, I wouldn't have minded if I'd lost to a better man. But with the two of us, there wasn't one.
I do love Christmas, don't you, Isla?
Of course I do. And why don't you join us for a family Christmas with BBC?
That will turn showery as time goes by, and as I've indicated, on the higher ground you're going to get snow showers, and on the lower ground later on, because that air is turning colder all the time. A cold, crisp day there then, fairly breezy day, but down in the south over England and Wales, a very mild day indeed, and this band of rain over northern England and the Irish Sea area now, making its way very steadily but slowly southeastwards, and before the end of the day it'll get into the northern parts of England, or other northern parts of England and the Midlands, and probably across Wales as well, the south staying dry and mild, apart from a little drizzle along the channel here. Southwesterly winds here, as I mentioned, keeping it fairly mild. That's Christmas Eve then, and as Santa comes along, we're going to have this very wet area in the middle, northern England and Wales by then, and that working its way southwards during the night, although it'll be late on in the night, I think, before it gets right down into the southeastern part of the country. So in this part of the country, Santa's going to get his feet wet, I think, as he comes along. But in the north, it's more like Santa Claus weather. Snow showers still around in those northern and western coasts, some of them breaking through to other parts, and you'll find 1 or 2 showers getting through to these eastern areas after the clearer weather comes along, because this rain is going to clear away from the north and turn rather more showery in western areas there. A cold night in the north as well, you'll find it, with a little frost here and there, so if you're out and about after midnight, watch out in those areas for some icy stretches on the roads. But still in the southern part of the country, quite a mild night, just as mild as it was last night, when it's turning wet. Now, tomorrow, the rain is going to move away from these southeastern and southwestern parts, still leaving 1 or 2 showers behind. Not a great number of the showers. Mind you, it'll be into the afternoon before the rain gets away from some of these areas. And then the showery weather continuing in the north there, with some sunshine coming through. All the time, temperatures picking up a little bit, but staying quite cold. And in the south here particularly, I think you'll find it's a much colder day tomorrow than it has been today. That's it then. I'll be back later. Until then, a very good afternoon.
California Fever is next on BBC One in just over 1 minute from now.
Well, now on BBC One, our feature film for this afternoon. Errol Flynn and Dean Stockwell are the stars of the swashbuckling Rudyard Kipling adventure set in India. Kim.
Now on BBC Two, Christmas Matinee, The Toast of New Orleans.
It's Judi Dench will be here for Jack and Ori and the Beatrix Potter story, The Tailor of Gloucester. Before that, on BBC One, cartoon fun with The Mole at Christmas.
On New Year's Day on BBC One, Steve McQueen co-stars with Dustin Hoffman in the compelling film Papillon, the story of a man sentenced to life imprisonment in the infamous French penal colonies for a murder he did not commit. The astonishing larger-than-life film of Papillon is on New Year's Day at 9:05.
Entertainment for Saturday evening on BBC One. At 6 o'clock, seasonal fun and games in It's a Christmas Knockout. At 7 o'clock, Bugsy Malone, the spectacular all-children gang warfare slapstick musical.
Your name Robinson? You work with Fat Sam?
The gangster flavour continues at 8:30 with Dick Emery.
Charlie! Satanic! The breathalyzer alone is not in itself.
We should just change channels like everybody else.
At 9:35, Penelope Keith stars in On Approval. the classic comedy of four people who decide on an unusual engagement in Scotland.
I suggest that you and I, on Thursday night, by the midnight train, travel there for 1 month.
Well, that sounds delightful, but with what particular object?
To all intents and purposes, we will spend a month alone together as married people.
At 11:05, the start of an international golf challenge with the men versus the women. Join BBC One for entertainment on Saturday evening.
What an intensely good idea.
I'm glad you like it.
In 50 minutes, we take a sleigh ride north from London to Birmingham for Boxing Night at the Mill. First on BBC One, with the time just coming up to 10:58. It's time for the news and sport with Jan Levy.
Christmas messages of good hope from American hostages in Iran. A Christmas party for Stacey Nelson safe and well after her kidnapping. A footballer twice wiped off the score sheet. And the London policeman paralysed by a bullet from desperate criminals. President Carter says he's reassured to know that all the American hostages in Iran are alive and well, but it's insulting and criminal that they're still held prisoner.
On BBC Two now, Walter Matthau portrays a jaded movie star in George Axelrod's moving comedy The Secret Life of an American Wife. Here on BBC One, we drop into a seasonal party in Birmingham to spend Boxing Night at the Mill.
Look north. First, here's news of Nationwide.
And in Look North tonight, cold comfort this Christmas for the steelmen of Scunthorpe. Plus, just so it's not all gloom, the first of Look North's season of Christmas carols.
On BBC Two now, Edwin Mullins discusses The Rout of San Romano by Uccello in the series 100 Great Paintings. And in a minute, BBC One continues the exploration of the galaxy in Star Trek.
Programmes for younger viewers. Christmas with BBC One. Rolf Harris with a wish.
Gee, if I could only have my 2 front teeth, then I could wish you Merry Christmas.
Disney time.
Merry Christmas, everybody! God bless!
The Jungle Book. A special series of Lassie films. And Jim fixes it for one special little girl.
With the sound of music.
Hayley Mills stars as Pollyanna. And the All-Star Record Breakers.
Merry Christmas!
Entertainment for younger viewers at Christmas with BBC One.